I bet that guy meets in the park.
Yeah.
No phones. Meet in the park.
Yep.
Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a walk about, describe how we're going to make money.
Oh, yeah.
Make that money. Because if you're a guy and you're tweeting about how much you love GameStop and about you're so bullish on GameStop that you've just invested $100,000 in GameStop and everybody reads that and they go, oh, I'm going to buy GameStop too. And then your $100,000 in GameStop goes up in value. Is that illegal? What, I don't think they prepared for this world. Like, I think these nerds online with this whole GameStop thing, they've kind of flipped the tray over. Mm-hmm. It's like, fuck your game.
Right.
We'll play it this way.
That's what happened during it. I remember Robinhood stopped people's ability to trade. And everyone was like, what the how can you even do that?
Yeah. Well, so is it because it's legal? It's a legal manipulation that everyone
Honestly,
didn't see coming?
I've read people talking about this
You gotta
since
pee?
it's happened.
Yeah. Go pee, Tony Hinchcliffe. Okay. You've heard people talk about it?
Since it happened. And I've not heard a consensus good answer. I don't know that they've gone digging through this in Congress or not yet, but
that's so weird.
Because they're talking about so much other stuff, you know.
Right, but it's so weird that there's like certain loopholes that don't get patched up like really quick, especially like a loophole in regards to like the financial markets. Like that no one saw that you could take a stock that's not that valuable and make it super crazy valuable.
Something I saw was a speculation was saying he's got holdings, I think, on Morgan Stanley. He's got call options, which I can barely even understand enough to explain to you. But he's betting on the price of the stock to go up. If he exercises those call options at a certain number, I think it was, he'd be worth more than I think Morgan Stanley is. So like, could they even pay him?
Huh. How bizarre.
And like, where does that money, like, who, I don't know.
The whole thing is so difficult to understand. Like the whole stock market thing, like when Bernie Sanders was explaining that how much you could make just from all these speculation trades that they do, you take like a fraction of a penny from each trade and it'd be worth like $1 trillion. And I was like, what?
Yeah, I was talking to a banker asking him, they're like, you, as a normal person, I guess that's not what she said, but like as a normal consumer, you would probably hold a stock. You'd buy a stock and you hold it forever until you decide to sell it one day. They're buying and selling it 7 to 12 times a day based off of whatever.
And they're just making little margins here and there and it's stacking up.
And they're doing it in such large numbers that,
and they're probably doing it with algorithms, right? Aren't they?
Yeah, then there's like a show that on HBO, I think, Traders or something. You can watch young people who do this now. They stare at a computer and they start making bets on like, wait 5 more seconds. You make $30 million if you wait 10 seconds.
If you had a podcast, not us, but someone else with a podcast, and they just started talking about a stock, and then that stock goes up, is that legal?
That's right. I don't know about.
What are the laws?
Probably it has to get really deep into the wording that you like, the language you use. If you're just talking about it, it's discussing it, you know. But if you're saying like, buy it for these reasons, and I've done this, and these are the reasons why it will go up, that can probably get you in trouble.
Like, what if you have information that a stock is going to crash, but you don't tell anybody?
I mean,
so if you know that a stock is going to crash, you know that some information is going to be put out, and then you sell your stock, that's illegal, right? That's insider trading.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Because in any other like realm in life, that is just being aware of the circumstances.
Yeah.
Like, oh, things are going. I have information. I should act on that information. This is like you can't act, but I'm going to lose $400 million. Well, it's either that or you go to jail. What?
The whole thing.
So I have to like sit here, even though I know that something fucked up, and it's gonna come public, and there's gonna be, something where a product fails and the stock's going to crash. I know stock's going to crash. I'm going to get out now.
Yeah.
I can't get out because I know. What?
The whole thing's fucking weird. I don't know if it's the Italian in me or whatever, or parents that kept cash in shoe boxes in between the mattresses or whatever, but like, it's just all so fucking freaky to me. I mean, if it was up to me, I would just have that. I would have a safe with cash.
Well, it does make sense that you would make it so that you couldn't insider trade, because then people would just manipulate things. But I think that's exactly what people are saying is happening with like GameStop and a bunch of these other things. You're manipulating things. You might not be manipulating in the sense that you have information that's going to lead, maybe the stock is going to take off and you buy a shitload of it, and then because a bill's going to be passed, which is okay if you're in Congress. That's fine. Like, you could actually be working on the bill. That's fine. And then you buy stock and you make hundreds of millions of dollars on $170,000 a year salary. That's fine. But if you're Martha Stewart and you've got some information, I mean, how much did Martha Stewart make? Like, what did she get off of that insider
It
trading?
was just a couple $100,000 maybe. Let me double check.
Oh, so she made a little money. For her. That lady's rich.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, imagine doing something that's going to risk you being put in jail for a couple $100,000.
They wanted to make an example out of her.
I know, but I don't understand it. Like, why would you do that? Like, what did she do that was so
I
bad?
honestly didn't even know about what the company was called that she... I am Clone.
And what fucked up? What did she do? She knew it was going to do well, or what?
More time to analyze the evidence, verdict.
Want to put the article up so we can look
Well,
at
I'm
it?
looking at the wiki. I'm digging through the wiki
Oh,
to find
okay.
information really quickly because it's like tying her information in with the full story and other people's stuff, and saying what some people did and some didn't. Indictment and artwork. So that doesn't seem like it's her.
One of my favorite videos
There you
ever.
go. $45,000 in losses she avoided.
Oh, she avoided 40. That's it. 45 grand.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
She probably makes that in an hour.
Wow. By selling when she did. So someone knew something.
She
The
got
guy.
security fraud, obstruction of justice, and conspiracy.
So the guy was arrested conspiring to commit insider trading. He pleaded guilty to charges of securities fraud, bank fraud, obstruction of justice, and perjury. He pleaded guilty to charges of conspiracy, wire fraud. Where does she come in?
She
So
called him.
She called
She had
him
a standing order with Bunkvik
to sell her shares
former
if
broker.
Imclone fell below 60.
She then resigned from her company after that.
Oh, wow.
Same day she was indicted.
Wow. But remained on the company's board. Interesting. She said, I want you to know that I'm innocent. I will fight to clear my name. The government's attempt to criminalize these actions makes no sense to me. I'm confident I'll be exonerated of these baseless charges. Interesting. She pissed somebody off.
Yeah. Something happened.
Something. It
Yeah.
just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I guess maybe it's also to discourage people from doing that. Like, you'd get a high-profile celebrity.
Right.